Okay, so I'm doing this only because some of my students asked me to, read stories out to them in, using natural speed. And so just wanted to test their listening ability to see if they can understand what I'm saying in terms of telling them stories about my life. So that's what this video is about. I'm going to talk in a normal speed and I'm going to be talking about certain things about my life. So if you're here to listen to that, perfect. If you're not, then you can exit the video at any time. So today, let me begin by talking about last month's business class. So yes, last month I taught business, and in the fourth week I brought in two games to play with the students. Now I thought I brought in those games because business can be a dry topic, and I know students enjoy doing fun activities. So I brought in the games Dixit and Letters to Santa. Now, whenever I play a game, I play to win. So that means I always want to win, no matter who I play against. Probably that's why I don't have a lot of friends. I'm too competitive. But anyway, I taught the business students the two games, Dixit and Letters to Santa. We must have played more than 20 games combined. I never won a single one of them. There were 5 students in the class. Michelle won once, Jiyoung won once. I think Kengo won at least twice. Ben and Derek both won multiple times, and I won 0 times. Now, to me, that was very embarrassing because before that week, they had never seen or they had never heard of or even played those games before. I taught them how to play, and the first game I almost won, but I lost a very closely contested game to Ben. And after that, it wasn't even close. I must have lost by at least 10 points in the rest of the games that we played. Oh yeah, how did I know about these two board games? Well, it was thanks to a guy that I met a few years ago named Vincent. How did I meet Vincent? Well, one time I signed up for a speed dating event in Richmond, and this was a few years ago. Anyway, it was a speed dating event, and I arrived early. I sat down at my assigned table. Vincent sat down next to me because that's where he was assigned to sit as well. So normally I'm not very sociable, so I didn't say anything to him. But Vincent introduced himself and we started talking. As I found out, we had a few things in common. Both of us came from Singapore. Both of us lived in Alberta before. I think we both started in Alberta and then came to BC. Even though I'd studied at UBC, I'd also taken a couple of broadcasting classes at BCIT in 2010. Now, Vincent studied at BCIT around that time, so it seemed like we had a few things in common. But there were some differences as well. He was skinny and fit. I wasn't. He drove. I didn't. He was alone in Vancouver and lived with roommates, but not me. But I felt the biggest difference was that he had completed military service in Singapore, but I had not. Now, anyway, the speed dating was a bust. I did not end up with any girls. However, Vincent and I exchanged phone numbers, and a few weeks later, he called me to hang out. Now, one time he invited me to his place. I brought my sister along. So someone asked us how we had met, and Vincent must have forgotten because he said it was at a party and he couldn't remember which one. I guess that means he goes to parties very frequently. I think I mentioned that it was at a speed dating event, and everyone started laughing because at a speed dating event, you're supposed to meet someone from the opposite sex, not meet someone from the same sex. So, but anyway, soon I could tell that we had some big differences. He loved board games, but I didn't because I didn't have any background in playing those games. I guess someone like maybe Corey might be more compatible with him. Corey's the guy that I work with, and he loves board games. But anyway, Vincent loved board games. I love writing. I love sitting at coffee shops, and I love watching sports. Vincent loved none of those things. One time I suggested that we eat out together, but he complained about the prices. We went hiking together a couple of times, but I'm not athletic. I'm not a good person to go with for those activities. But he started inviting me to his place for board games, and by that time he had moved to his own condo. He had a collection of over 100 games, board games that is, by that time. Sometimes we would meet at Waves downtown for board game meetups, but when we were at his place, he would prepare chips and wings for us. The problem was that he wanted to play board games every weekend. At that time, I didn't work on weekends, but soon my company started wanting us to come in on Saturdays, I should say. Also, I eventually got bored of board games. I didn't like doing the same thing every weekend, but it seemed that was all he liked doing. Well, that's not true. Sometimes he plays with his jazz band at local coffee shops, but I remember correctly, he plays a saxophone. Anyway, other than jazz and board games, it seemed that he had no other interests. So he gradually, stopped inviting me to his place, and we very rarely talk to each other now. Maybe he contacts me once a year now. That's when he would send me a Facebook message saying, HBD KP, which means happy birthday KP. Yep, he just writes HBD KP. So how do I respond? I write the 2 letters TX, which means thanks. He writes just 5 letters HBDKP, so I respond with just 2 letters TX. Anyway, I often lost, and I never beat Vincent at board games, just like I never beat the business class. Even now, I think Corey, my coworker, invites me and some other guys to join a hockey pool, but guess what? I'm in last place. I never win at anything. I think I probably suck. Anyway, that's it for now. We'll do another video next time. Any questions, just email me. I'll be happy to answer, and thanks so much for checking this video out. Answer those questions, and I'll talk to you again next time.